what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city.
Hi guys, so good morning. Funny thing, I was headed to my dermatology appointment and I was very overwhelmed because I had been getting texts, like reminders of 3 different kids' therapy appointments. My attorney wanted me to run over to Lincoln County and get some stuff there. There was just like a lot going on. I'm supposed to go do like a phase 2 for employment for my new job this afternoon. Just like so much on my plate that I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to make all this work today? And I was like, you know what, I'll make it work. If I have to call and try to push therapy to afternoon or whatever I need to do, I'm gonna make it work. That's just what I'm gonna do. And so I got up and I just got gas and I was about to leave the gas station, and I opened my planner to put the address for my appointment in my planner and realized my appointment is next Tuesday. Thank the Lord, because that saves me an hour drive there and everything. And so that's good. I mean, I was kind of mentally ready to get my biopsy done today, but I will get it done next week, and this will give me time to get everything else done because we have court tomorrow and I have a lot of legwork and different things that I have to get done today. So I am thankful now that it's one less thing today. But I'm headed to Lincoln County. I'm going to go pick up some stuff here, and then I'm going to get back for Maddie's therapy appointment. Get that ready, get her going on it, and then turn around and get Penny's paperwork done and get Penny's therapy started. And then as soon as Penny's done with her therapy, I'm gonna go do my new employment stuff. And then when I get back, I'm gonna have to get Mika's therapy going, and it'll work, thank the Lord, because I was I was putting prayer in and hoping I got everything done today I needed to do. But that driving one way there, seeing the doctor, and driving the hour back was going to take up a chunk of my morning. And so I'm kind of grateful that that's not for a week. But anyways, good morning. Good morning. What else did I want to tell you guys? I haven't vlogged in 3 or 4 days. I've just been so busy with stuff going on, and we had church on Sunday. I meant to vlog Sunday for church, and I didn't vlog that day, but I was going to. Us getting up and ready and going to church, and we went to a splash pad with my sister and her husband and the kids. There's a free splash pad that's like 2 or 3 blocks from our church, but it's under construction, so we ended up driving over to Seminole's free splash pad. But honestly, it's the better one. My kids love it. It's got a slide and stuff, and we let the kids play for 2 or 3 hours, and they just, they had good cousin time after having church time, and we had an amazing church service, and it just made for a really good, peaceful, blessed Sunday. And then we came home. We had a pretty chill evening. What did we eat for dinner? Oh, I think we did quesadillas. I think that was the night we ate quesadillas, because I hadn't taken anything out, and so I used not the tuna pouches, but the chicken pouches that you can get that are just chunked chicken in the pouches. I used some of that. I had put olive oil in a pan, some onion, garlic, and cherry tomatoes, and then after the onions started kind of getting soft, I added the chicken and I seasoned it with like taco type seasoning, and then I shredded up some cheese, and we just did quesadillas and chips and salsa, I think, because Maddie loves chips and salsa. And that was our dinner, and it was easy, and everybody was happy with it. And I didn't have to worry about it because I forgot to thaw something, which I also forgot this morning. I really need to like get a meal plan in motion. That way at night I can just pull something out and either throw it in the crock pot in the morning or have it in the fridge overnight and then cook it the next day or when I get home or whatever we have going on. Because I have been forgetting for 3 or 4 days to take anything out. But I will make it work. I used to work 40 to 60 hours in a week, and I had CJ, Mika, and Penny in daycare, and CJ was in school, but Mika and Penny were in daycare. I was pregnant with Bubba. I used to work 40, 60 hours a week at the same job, and I had 3 kids in cloth diapers at night because Mika was still in them at night. Penny was in them. Bubba, when he was born, was in them right around the same time, and I worked all the way up until 2 or 3 days before I had him, and then he was in diapers. But you know, so I was washing diapers and cleaning house and cooking meals, and I was doing all of that at the time without James's help. And so, you know, I feel like if I managed it with a 6-year-old, 4-year-old, 2-year-old, and newborn, I can manage it now. My kids are older, they're potty trained. Maddie has to wear good nights to bed in case she has a seizure, but that's just, you know, if she has a seizure, it's just a safety thing for her. You know, it's not as embarrassing for her because, you know, she is almost 8 years old, so for her it's embarrassing, you know, even though it's not something she has any control of. But, you know, my kids are older. They can help me with things. You know, I'm not going to put everything on my kids. I've never been somebody to do that. But I am, you know, I am going to have to rely on them to keep up with their chores and stuff and not slack off just because mom's going to work or whatever. And part of my work day will be while they're asleep. So, I mean, they're not going to miss that much of me anyway. Because when I get home, they'll barely have been up very long. But, you know, we're going to have to work together as a family and make this work. But I do believe that we'll do it, and we'll do it well. And it's going to be okay. Like, I feel that. I feel that being married and having to do all those things all those years ago kind of prepared me for what I'm about to be doing. And I mean, I did it then with new babies and toddlers and little ones and diapers and everything else, and I'll make it work this time. I've always made everything work for my kids, and I'll keep making it work. But today did feel a little overwhelming, but I'm glad that that's just less on me. Anyway, I'm going to go get this paperwork, and then I'm going to get home and get my laptop going for Maddie. But I need to figure out breakfast for the rest of the kids. Maybe I'll see if Penny wants to throw together some muffins for everybody or something like that. That way I can help Maddie with her therapy, and the muffins, Penny can make muffins. She bakes quite often and she likes doing it, so it would be something that she would like doing with her morning, and it would give me time to focus on getting Maddie signed into her therapy and all that. But anyways, by the way, Maddie loves the therapist that the place that we're using assigned her. We were kind of worried because they told me that they don't like to do telehealth therapy services for kids that are like under 10, because sometimes they, don't want to hold still or listen or, talk or whatever on camera. And so, like, they were originally talking about how I may have to drive her somewhere like over an hour away for therapy services. But we found this therapist that agreed that she would give it a go with Maddie and see if Maddie can, sit and discuss things with her and everything without, being too distracted or whatever. And we had her first appointment last week, and it went really well. And so I think we're gonna do well with this telehealth therapy services, and it's saving me from driving 5 different kids an hour away each, or a little over an hour away each, for therapy every week. So that's 10 hours a week I don't have to be in the car. 40 hours a month I don't have to be in the car. And that's like a low estimate because it's a little over an hour there. But that's 40 hours a month I don't have to spend in the car driving back and forth. And they just have to hop on the computer, and I'm going to try to schedule all their therapy either in the afternoons. Oops, I didn't realize my camera moved. Sorry guys, I have no idea how long my camera was just low like that. Anyways, I'm going to try to schedule all their therapy in the afternoons after I get off work, or on the days that we're home and we have free time, if they don't have co-op that day, or after co-op on that day, because we're gonna have to make it work with me going back to work. But I mean, I don't have the option of not going back to work. If you guys have seen my GoFundMe, I'm scraping by in life right now. James was mad at me before everything had blown up because I'd spent $5 and didn't talk to him about it, and so he actually emptied our bank account down to 12 cents. There's 12 cents in our bank account, and so that kind of left me literally with nothing and a quarter of a tank of gas. And he hadn't worked in 9 weeks other than 2 days, and so there was like nothing going to be deposited in the bank or anything like that. We were drowning, and I think that's part of the stress that made things blow up and get worse. But things have always been pretty rough. But anyway, yeah, financially, I had 9 weeks worth of behind bills and cutoff notices and disconnects and everything else hitting me like a train, and it was very overwhelming, and I'm still pretty overwhelmed. But currently I'm at bills due and not bills on disconnect or shut off, and so I'm thankful for that and all the people that have helped with that, and that have either sent money on GoFundMe or Cash App or Venmo or PayPal or whatever they did, because it's helped us to just take care of basic things that we needed to take care of. Even things that a person takes for granted, like toilet paper. It was like, when everything had blown up, that next morning, I think it was Maddie that had got up and used the bathroom and came out and told me, like, there's like 2 squares of toilet paper left. And I was just like, oh man. And I was sitting there thinking, like, how am I gonna even buy toilet paper for my kids? Like, what am I gonna do? And a friend of mine cash apped me $100 and was like, I'm so sorry about everything that happened. Is CJ okay? And this, I hope this helps you guys out. And I was just like shocked by it. because it came literally when I'm sitting there like head in hand, stressed out, trying to figure out what to do. And if it wasn't for all the people that have been helping us get through this, I don't know what we would do, because we're definitely being held between a rock and a hard place right now, and it's stressful, and it's terrifying to think that I'm, you know, just like one bill away from who knows, you know, everything falling apart, you know. And I literally didn't even have the money when James decided to be petty and shut off our electric and internet the other day. And it, you know, it left me and the kids sitting with 100-degree weather and no electricity in our house. And I mean, yeah, you can be mad at your spouse that, you know, is asking you for a divorce. You can be angry with that person, but how do you shut off electricity in a house with your children in it and still feel good about yourself at the end of the day? That's what I don't understand. But thankfully my lawyer's office worked with my electric company and got them to put on a pay-as-you-go service so that I could get my electricity on quickly. And in the meantime, so many people showed up and showed out on my GoFundMe and stuff, and helped us come up with a chunk of what we need to get the electric service swapped all the way into my name and not on a pay-as-you-go basis. Actually, I'm gonna go this way. That I'm just barely short of what I need to do that. And my preacher at my church called me to the side at church Sunday and told me to let him know how much more we need to get that done, and the church would help with that. So we're going to be able to get the electric service all the way in my name. Right now it's on a pay-as-you-go, and I didn't even know they did this, but my lawyer paid a deposit on it that ensures they turn my service on, and then they paid $300 in electric money on my service, and every day it just ticks down and shows how much money we have left, kind of like a phone card. And when it gets down to zero, they just shut your electricity back off, and you have no electricity if you don't put more money on it. And so by doing that, that gave us electricity without having to pay the massive deposit that I have to pay. And you might not think like having internet is a big deal, but because of where our house is and how rural it is and how far back in the woods it is, we cannot make phone calls. We have no internet. Like, if we need help, there is no way to get help without having internet service to have our phones and stuff connected to at all times. Not only that, but our security cameras do not work without internet. Sorry. And so, you know, there's a lot therein that, without those things, you know, me and the kids are in a world of hurt. And so, I'm so grateful for everybody that's been helping us just to survive through all of this. My goodness, they must be having court this morning, because there is not parking anywhere around the freaking sheriff's office or courthouse, anywhere over here. I'm gonna have to go down around the block. Anyway, it's been hectic and it's been stressful the last few days, and that's part of why I haven't filmed much. And, you know, I've been trying to get better at keeping up with everything, but it's just not gone too well for me in that sense, because I was scrambling to do other things instead, like get electrical service and get, you know, things handled that just keep popping up and getting thrown at me. And yeah, so anyways, that's kind of why I haven't filmed the last few days, because I've been dealing with things like my electric getting shut off and everything. But anyway, my goodness, I've driven around this block twice now and I'm not finding any parking anywhere near by. I wonder if I can park at one of these lawyers' offices and walk. Okay, I'm gonna work on figuring out this parking situation. Hey guys, so I have not been keeping up with my filming today, that's for sure. So this morning when I talked to you guys, I was headed to go get some police reports and stuff for my attorney. I think when I talked to you guys, I thought I was going to the city for an appointment. Luckily, I looked at my planner, found out I did not have an appointment today. And so I went and got my mail, and I went to go get a police report and stuff for my attorney and some paperwork. And then I went home. Maddie had therapy, and then Mika had therapy, and then I ran and did my like phase 2 employment stuff for a new job. And then I ran and picked up my dad's police report on his motorcycle wreck, and now I'm at my dad's house picking him up. He's gonna spend the night with us because we have court in the morning, and he wants to go with us to court, and we have to be there at 8:15, 8:30. And in order for that to work out, I can't be picking him up at 7 because he is not a person who gets up on time for anything, and I don't want to miss court. So he's gonna stay the night with us, go to court with me, and then come home sometime tomorrow, unless he stays tomorrow night, depending on how court goes. There's a lot I need to get into with you guys, but whether or not I'll be able to today, I don't know, because it's been such a chaotic day. I have an hour and a half till Penny has therapy, so I've got to get him and get home. But I just wanted to hop on here and give you guys a quick update. I do have a start date for a job, so that's exciting. I won't be working full-time, and I'm not going to get into what my schedule is going to be, but it's a part-time job, but it's a job. And I don't know that I could work full-time with my kids' health and with court and with everything else, but it will pay the bills. And so that's what we're looking at, and I should be getting paychecks by sometime in late August. So that's all that matters, is that I will have income coming in eventually. But anyways, I am gonna go get my dad and get home. Hey guys, so CJ's working on dinner. He is doing one of our bags of chicken that we did when we did our freezer meals. It's lemon garlic chicken, and he's roasting that at 350. And then he's also doing one of the bags of salmon. So he's got those going. He's got a spaghetti squash in the slow cooker, and it's almost done. Oh, these rabbits need food and water. I'm gonna go tell Penny. And oh yeah, I was gonna come check this. That's what I was doing. So he's finishing up dinner. I helped Penny get logged on and do her therapy. And then I just sat down for a little bit and almost fell asleep. So now I'm up and moving and checking on some plants and stuff. Interestingly, we've got tomatoes and squash and things growing out here by the pig pen. So I was just checking them, seeing what they're actually doing. But anyway, I was gonna fall asleep, so I got up and came outside because it's 7:40 and I don't want to fall asleep.
So here's our finished chicken, salmon, and then I have coleslaw and applesauce.
Hey guys, it is Thursday afternoon. I haven't had a video up in a few days. By the time you guys see this, there probably won't be a lapse in videos, but I haven't filmed in a few days. I did a live last night, but I haven't filmed in a few days. But as far as everything that's going on with my family, it has been crazy around here. My kids did their forensic interviews, and that was an all-day thing. Literally like 6 hours. It was an all-day thing. I think I even fell asleep for a little bit waiting. But they did their interviews, and then that was Monday. Tuesday we had a bunch of stuff like therapy and stuff going on. Wednesday we had court. Court was insane. So they pushed our protective order hearing till the end of August, and like I was so stressed out and just overwhelmed that I thought I was gonna puke or pass out in court. And I'd only slept 30 minutes all night. I was not feeling well. And when they finally got to us, I could barely stand. I was just and then because James did not have an attorney and he wanted an attorney, they ended up pushing our stuff. And so I felt kind of defeated when we left, because I was like, I mean, our stuff just got pushed by a month and that was it. And, you know, no resolution for me or the kids. And then we went to leave court, and James was arrested on new charges based on the kids' forensic interviews. And me and the kids were just standing there like completely shocked. And then it like really hit me hard that this is actually happening. Like, they're actually finally taking this seriously. They're actually gonna help me and the kids through everything we're going through, and like stop blowing me off and stop, you know, making excuses for the whole, well, the job is innocent till proven guilty. So even though you're the victim, he's still innocent till proven guilty, is what they kept telling me. And so it, you know, it's been very overwhelming. And just when I saw them actually handcuff him and take him, I just started crying. And my court advocate just gave me a big hug, and I just cried for a while. And yeah, he was arrested. He has quite a few charges based off the kids' forensic interviews. And so I don't imagine that he's going to be released anytime soon. Hopefully not at all, but I don't know anything yet. But I went and did some paperwork I had to do this morning for my lawyers. I ran and got detergent, and my younger sister Betty and I met, and she bought lunch today, and so now I'm home. I went to the post office too, and I got sour cream. I went to the post office, yeah, and grabbed sour cream at the dollar store, and now I'm home. But we're gonna do chicken tacos tonight. CJ put the bag of chicken breast in the slow cooker earlier on low. I had already seasoned them with taco seasoning and put about half a cup of salsa in them. So the plan is just to shred those up later and have like lettuce, tomatoes, cilantro, onions, sour cream, salsa, taco sauce, whatever anybody wants in their tacos, and do taco night. Other than that, it's gonna be a pretty chill evening. I was thinking about making a loaf of jalapeno cheddar bread. Still thinking about it, but I also, even though I finally slept last night like almost 10 hours, I also still kind of feel tired. So I was also thinking about a nap. But I mean, it wouldn't take me 5 minutes to put the ingredients in my bread machine for the bread, and then I could just take a nap and have one of the kids wake me up when the bread machine beeps, and then I could put my inclusions in it, shape my loaf, and bake it. So I'm still thinking about it. I could do jalapeno cheddar bacon bread too, and that would be good. I don't need the bread, it just sounds really good. Maybe I'm gonna do that. I wanted to work in the greenhouse and get the finished screening in the greenhouse and stuff, and kind of get in there and really save my plants and stuff, but we're in a heat like excessive heat warning, and I can't get CJ out helping me with his asthma and his lung function in this kind of heat. So that puts that off, which my greenhouse is a nightmare right now. I'm really disgusted with myself how my greenhouse looks, but maybe I'll check and see what the weather's going to do tomorrow. Anyway, I also need to get busy on the kids' back to school stuff because I have Mika and Maddie's schoolwork set up for the new year and nobody else's. And I was planning on starting in the next week or two. So will I get it done? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I get done today. I don't want to overwhelm myself with stuff that needs done. But there's a lot because I go back to work and that's not very far out. I am going back to work part-time. It's 32 hours a week. I would like to work full-time, but I have 5 kids who have health problems. I can't work nights. I need to be able to still homeschool my kids. My kids go to a co-op on Wednesdays and Thursdays all day. We also go to church on Sundays. And I don't want to change their lives so much that they're just completely flipped upside down by everything that's happened. And so we're still going to homeschool. We're still going to go co-op. We're still going to go to church. But mom's going to work 32 hours a week. It is what it is, but I mean, it's life. And we're going to make it work. So I'm going to get my gate unlocked and get to the house. And hopefully I can get motivated when I'm out of the heat and into the house because I have a lot I want to get done today.
I just used my tongs to shred up the chicken, and our taco meat is now ready to eat. And we went ahead, got all our veggies chopped up. So let me show you those. We have cilantro, we have lettuce, we have onion, we have tomatoes, we have cheese, and we have some limes. And then of course we have salsa and sour cream and all those goodies. And we have flour tortillas and corn tortillas and burrito tortillas. So everybody is just kind of picking whatever they want. And here is our dinner tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming along and watching this video. We always appreciate that. And I will see you guys next time with another new video. Bye.